So I got a PM, and I always get a couple of these. So I guess I got enough of them to do a video. And the question was, what's wrong with women, black women being over 30? Now, apart from all the other reasons that, men have given, I have given, the whole idea of the biological clock and the whole idea of, mileage and, stress and, as people age, they tend to get heavier and all that other good stuff. The most major thing is that when you guys come to the party at 30, you expect to be received as if you're 20. That's the biggest problem. People expect you, or you expect the men to hop on it as if you're just entering the dating pool, but you're in your early 20s. That's the problem. Now, also, the problem is you don't understand your competition at 30. Okay? And the best way for me to do this video is to tell you how the dating scene is out in LA. Now, that's not my scene. I have friends and, relatives that do it, and they tell me about it. And I've been out there a couple of times, but let me tell you how it is. Okay? At the more exclusive lounges and clubs, the demographics of the men, they'll be anywhere from 30 to 40. They're established, okay? So they're not even on the come up. They're established, they have the Audis, they have the condos. They're established men, okay? White, Middle Eastern, Indian, Asian, some blacks, some Africans, some Latinos in real estate. That's the crowd, right? And a lot of these men are progressive, right? So they're very liberal when it comes to dating. I'm not talking about marriage right now. I'm just talking about dating, okay? So you go to a lounge, and the women there, you'll have the women that are 30, and you'll have the younger women, okay? Now, mind you, the men there are successful, okay? Now, the men will chase after the younger women. It doesn't matter what race you are. So you'll see the Asian guy talking to the black girl, or, the Indian guy trying to talk to the white girl. They're young. They're trendy. Their bodies are together. The younger women know they're cute. So these established men are going after them. Oh, let me buy you a drink. Let me do this in the third. Oh, I'll pick up your tab. That's what's going on. So there is no race right now. It's just all age. These women are young. A lot of them look good. They're dressed well, this, that, and the third. So all the men are like, oh, let's try to holler, right? Now, you have the women who are 30. Now, those women don't necessarily get hollered at. They do the hollering, right? So they know they're in competition with the younger women, right? Let's just focus on the non-black women. So whatever older, over 30 women, right, that's there, they're trying to do the hollering. And for the most part, it's usually white women. There's some Asians, not too many Indian women, but it's mainly Asian and white, okay? And they're hollering, okay, at the dudes. So they're getting at the dudes because they know they're in competition with the younger women. Even though these older women are established, or, they may have this and that, they know the men aren't interested in their money, right? So they have to compete with the younger women. So like I said, they're doing the hollering. They're the ones that are more forward. Hi, how you doing? Whereas with the younger girls, they're more so, let's sit and look cute, and then the men will come approach them. All right? So it's reversed. Now, why are these older women forward? Well, these are the women that missed the bus. Okay? These are the women who pretty much got kicked out of their groups. Why? Because some of their same homegirls and sorority sisters kicked them out because they're married. And they don't want, the 30-year-old desperately looking single woman to take away their husband. Or they don't want their husband to start to have an affair with these women, because a lot of the times some of these older women, they just want a man in their life. So whether, he's married, it doesn't matter. And a lot of these women don't care. They don't care if you're married or not. They know they're the other women. So you have these 30-year-old women who are okay with being the side girl. Okay, maybe in hopes of, him leaving his wife to get with her. So like I said, these women got kicked out. Okay, they weren't trying to have some birthday party and the families are there, and the single girl comes in with the mini skirt and all the dudes put their beer down. Oh, can I get you a seat? They're being all cordial to her. So they're like, no, we kick you out. We love you, but we don't want you around. That happens with Nigerians as well. Don't be, that 30-something single Nigerian woman, right? And come to some sort of function or family event with married women, because the married women are going to be like, no, we don't want you here. We don't want our husbands, to have some affair with you. And it's happened, right? And so honestly, a lot of these married women have a legitimate gripe. I'm not even going to, lie. They have a legitimate gripe. I've seen it happen personally to uncles, people who are related to me by blood, where they got caught up in ugly situations. So they get kicked out. Okay? So they don't have that support. Also, their parents are on some, when are you going to get married? This, that, and the third. Right? You take an Asian girl, and she's 22, she brings home a black guy, even if he's in college, right? The parents are going to say, hell no. No, 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 no. We're not going to support this. We're not going to, pay for your schooling. We're not going to give you the down payment for that car or that house. No. But take that same Asian girl at 31, 32, okay, and they're all over it. Please, we just need you to be married, right? You've already been, it's bad enough that you've been kicked out of the social group, but we at least want to see you with somebody. We don't want to see you turn into this older woman with no kids and, you have no legacy. Right? Even if that means you're with, the non-black guy. We need you to do something. So this is the mindset of these 30-year-old women, these non-black 30-year-old women. So they're trying to hold on to something, right? Just a man. So whether they have to be the other woman, they're really trying to hold on to something. So they're competing. And they're seeing the younger girl. So in a sense, you have the 30-year-old Asian girl who's competing against the 20-year-old Asian girl, right? It's as simple as that. So the older women are competing with the younger. They know. Now, let me bring black women back into the equation. So you have black women who are 30, okay, who are now entering the dating market. And like I said before, what are the other women doing? The other 30-year-old women, they're trying to hold on to something. Whereas black women have this mentality that they're still 20. Okay? And they'll be at the lounge in the same clubs in the back in the herd that I talked about. Right? So it's not even a racing once again, because the dudes are hollering at the younger black chicks anyways. It doesn't matter. Right? But they're not hollering at the 30-something black chicks. They're used to they're supposed to be doing the approaching. They're the ones that are supposed to be talking. Because they're 30, they're older. But when you have black women who don't understand it, they think that they're the 20-year-old. So they think that the men are supposed to come holler at them, but in reality, no one's really hollering. Right? It's not to say that, you're ugly and unattractive, but you're 30. Right? You have miles on you. Whether you like it or not, you have miles on you. Right? Like a Ferrari, you want a 010 Ferrari or a 02 Ferrari. They're both going to look good, but if you had the choice, you're going to go with the Ferrari with less mileage on it. So that's what's going on. And this is what hurts black women who are 30, because they have the mindset of a 20-year-old. And at that point, the other women, the women that you're competing against, are on some, I need a man. I've already been kicked out of my social group. I've already told, my parents have already, prayed for me and begged and pleaded that I give them grandchildren. Right? It's not okay for them to be single. The whole idea, we're single independent Asian women, or we're single independent Indian women, that doesn't fly. People look at them crazy. Right? In the black community, it's championed, but in those communities, they're looking at them like, okay, you're an outsider. Please leave us alone. We don't know what you're into. So they're on some, I have to hold something. I have to lock on to something. All bets are off. Like I said, the parents have already removed the whole stigmata of, bringing home a black guy. especially if he's professional and they're like, oh, thank God, let's talk about politics. Obama, I voted for Obama, right? You have all that stuff going on. But you have a lot of the black women who are like, oh, okay, I just got here. How come the men aren't hollering at me? And the sad thing is, the women want to attribute it to them being black or being educated. No, the women there are educated. And also, the men are hollering at black women. They're just hollering at the younger black women. Right? So the Asian guy, the white guy, the black guy, they're hollering at the younger black woman. They're not hollering at the 30-plus middle-aged black women. Because they're out of their prime. Right? And they're not acting accordingly. It is what it is. Men expect women to act accordingly. So to wrap this up, if I meet a younger girl, I expect her to act a certain way. I would assume that she's going to be more passive. But if I see an older chick, I expect her to be more assertive. Right? So y'all take it easy. God bless.